Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by to visit with me a little bit today. I hope you're all having a good Saturday. It is hot, hot, hot here. So my plans are to stay inside and try to stay cool. I think, well, my Alexa sitting right beside you guys shows that it's 95 degrees. With heat index and all, it's got to be hotter than that. But yeah, the heat just makes me so sick. And I have, chronic illnesses such as lupus, scleroderma, crest, Sjogren's, the Raynaud's, and just, all that. Any one of those and all that together, the heat is no good for me. So I need to stay cool. So that's my plan, to stay cool inside with the AC today. So I want to show you guys my finished hat. I love how it turned out. I really do. I like the nice little band brim. Yeah, the nice little brim on it. And then it is slouchy. It has, it has a lot of room up here. And I just kind of brought that to the back. I think it has the right amount of slouch back there, and I could tuck my hair up in there, and that's probably what I will end up doing if I wear this out or something. But it is holey, so air can flow through. It's made of cotton yarn. If you don't know, I was making this with the Karen cotton painterly cake, and so it's a 4-weight yarn, and we know cotton yarn seems to be on the thinner side of a 4-weight. It's not like a big, thick, puffy 4 acrylic yarn. It's more thin. But anyway, I used a 6mm J-hook on that hat, and I'm sorry to say that there is not a pattern for this hat. I just started off the center with, I don't even know how many double crochets. I started with double crochets, maybe like 12, and then I increased the next row to 24, and I just kept increasing. But after I got it increased, like I started with 12. I'm guessing 12. I would have to count it, to be honest. I can't remember. The next row I increased in every stitch. After that, I just increased each row, not every stitch, until I got it to fit, until it laid comfortably on the crown of my head. And then I didn't increase anymore. I just started going down. And so after that initial second row of increase, and I started just increasing each row, I was doing just double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch, so a V-stitch. And that's what I did until it got, long enough. Actually, I probably would have kept going, but it turned into the pink at the bottom of the hat, and then when it hit, I was about to hit the yellow. I had pulled it out enough and saw it was about to hit the yellow. So then I started with single crochets. And someone did ask me why did I go with single crochet. Because I wanted this nice little brim. And so I did the single crochets all the way around. That was a single crochet in each double crochet plus a single crochet in that chain 1 space. So I did that all the way around. And the next row, I did a single crochet and back loop only. And they asked, why did I do back loop only? It's because I wanted to just create this little effect right here. And so it turned out just the way I wanted it to. And I'm happy with that. I love it. So I'm not gung-ho to just start another one with cotton. And I'm not gung-ho just to start another one right now, honestly. The double crochet, chain 1, double crochet was hard on my hands and mentally because it was dragging out so slow. Mentally, things that drag out like that are hard on me. And so I can work a double crochet granny stitch cluster a lot faster than I can do a double crochet chain one double crochet. And it's not that I feel like I need to go fast, but just the working on the same project forever and not feeling like I'm accomplishing anything drags me down. So I need something, like sometimes I just need to like finish a project, right? So that I feel like I've accomplished something. So today on this hot day, August the 3rd, I am drinking some iced coffee. I see I got some caramel in the bottom I can stir up. So this is a big, large Pioneer Woman glass mug that we've had in our cabinet since Pioneer Woman come out with these mugs 10, 15 years ago. I don't know, forever ago, back when my kids still lived at home. And yeah, I don't know how long ago that she come out with these mugs, or Walmart had these mugs, but yeah. So how did I make my iced coffee? I took a large coffee cup, one of my large ones, and put it to my K-cup and made some caramel coffee into that. And when that was done, I was giving it just a few minutes to cool off so I wasn't just pouring it hot, hot, hot into my ice. I filled this all the way up with ice, all the way. And then I took some caramel gravy. It's what I call caramel gravy. It's the caramel syrup, like you can buy to put on ice cream or either in milk. They usually have it like chocolate, strawberry, and caramel. And I buy the Great Value one in caramel. So this was full of ice. I squirted, I had to use 2 hands. But I squeezed some caramel over that ice and just let it run down in that ice. And so I took my cup of coffee and I poured creamer into it. My Sweet Cream International Delight Sweet Cream. I love that creamer. So I poured that into my coffee and I still let it set for just a minute to cool the coffee off because I didn't want to pour hot coffee right over my ice. And so I didn't add any sugar because I figured that caramel syrup, my caramel gravy, as I call it. When I eat it on mashed potatoes, I call it caramel gravy. Not mashed potatoes. Oh, Lord help me. I do not eat that on mashed potatoes. My ice cream. When I eat ice cream and put the caramel syrup on it, I call it caramel gravy. Anyway. About half the stuff I say, you can just assume that I messed up saying it, okay? So, and then after I done whatever else I was going to do before I come sit down, and then I just poured that cup of coffee and the creamer in it. I just poured it over my ice, and it kind of just run down and mixed in with that caramel, and I stirred it up. And there you go. I have my iced coffee. So I've been sipping on it for the last bit, and it is delish. I love it. I wanted to share something with you guys that I am so excited about. So to give you just a little bit of backstory, I have a feeding tube in my stomach, so it's a dangler, and that means that there's a tube hanging out of my stomach. And I know people are always curious about that, and some people want to see. So I'm going to stand up and see if I can show that, and if the video doesn't turn out right, I'll clip that part out. But, in my stomach here, yeah, see I have this feeding tube that hangs out of my stomach, and right now it's very sore. And it's very irritated around it. I'm having to change my gauze a whole bunch around it. But anyway, so the reason I have a feeding tube is because I have scleroderma. And so scleroderma, what that does is it hardens. It hardens. Some people have it primarily like in their fingers. Some people have it their skin. Some people, it hardens their lungs. It can harden your heart, which I'm at stage 1 for that. And it can just harden your organs. I mean, it's not a good thing to have. It's a very scary thing to have, honestly. But it did harden my esophagus. And so most people's, normal people, as normal as you can be, your esophagus contracts as you eat food. It squeezes and it pushes food down. My esophagus is frozen. It's hardened. It's like just a hard PVC pipe that doesn't move and help food go down or anything like that. And so for years and years and years, I had trouble eating, trouble swallowing food. It would get stuck right here, and it's very, very painful. And from about right here all the way down, between my breastbone, all the way down to my sternum there, it would just be in so much pain. And the food would just be stuck there and it wouldn't go down. And so I would have to just throw up to get that, try to get that food out because it was so painful right there. And so I had that going on for years. And so every year I would get my esophagus stretched. And that would help some food go down at times, but not all food, just a certain foods, I might find it easier to eat and get those down. But then after so many years of having my esophagus stretched, people still suggest, why don't you have your esophagus stretched? Because that does not help me. That's not what's going to help me. And so, it stopped helping at all. Like, they could stretch my esophagus, but it did not help any food go down. And so, unfortunately, I ended up having to get this feeding tube. And unfortunately for me, I've lost, I don't know how many finger amputations I've had since I had got a feeding tube. And I could work it myself and tend to it and do all that until after I lost this pinky, because I needed that to do stuff. And then, I lost that finger here too this past March. And so that made things even more difficult. And so, unfortunately, I can't tend to my feeding tube and do my feeds through it and my medication through it by myself. And that's very hard for me because I'm an independent person. I don't want help. But when you have to have help and you don't have help, that's hard. That is hard. And so, it's hard for me to need help, but it's also hard for me because I don't have help. And so, anyway, I don't always get what I need. Let's just put it that way. And so, I try to find some things that I can eat by mouth. I can eat mashed potatoes, ice cream, pudding, applesauce, some things like that, I'm trying to think of what kind of things. Some cheese sauce. At Walmart, I buy these little nacho cheese cups. It's 4 little cups, kind of like the pudding cups, and you just break them off, and it's 4 individual cups. I can eat that. I can eat like some guacamole, sour cream, some salsa if it don't have big, huge chunks in it, which I do try to chew those up if I do, but they don't always go down. So there are some foods that I can normally eat. Now let me say this. Let me just back up and say, sometimes my own saliva doesn't go down. Sometimes I can't drink water. So if I can't drink water and my saliva's not going down, then none of those foods that I could normally eat will work either. They're not going to go down. So, that does, you know, dampen things up. So there, you know, but I'm always like looking for something to eat because I'm hungry. I know I'm a fat woman. And you wouldn't think that I'm starving, but I am. Some people think the worst thing about my life is missing fingers, but it's not. The worst thing about my life is crying myself to sleep at night because I'm so hungry. I'm sorry. Okay. I have a happy thing to tell, so I don't want to be sad. Anyway, it is hard. It's a difficult part of my life. I'm always like looking on like the Walmart website when I'm putting in an order. I'm always looking for, you know, something I might be able to eat, something that's going to be just like melt in your mouth, something that's going to go down my esophagus, and, you know. So anyway, when I was putting in a Walmart pickup yesterday, I happened to see tamales in a can, like the Hormel, I think it's Hormel brand, tamales with chili sauce. And so I thought, you know, I bet those are really soft, and they probably just break up and crumble up to nothing in your mouth. And I just wonder if I could eat them. So I'm always up to try. I mean, I might throw it up, be sick the rest of the day, but I'll try, okay? So I got a can of them. And so I was going to try that this morning. So I got that can, and Big Daddy was like, have you ever had tamales before? And I'm like, what do you mean? I grew up in a Mexican home. You think I never had tamales? I don't know. So yes, I've had tamales plenty of times. I guess we just never had them in our married life. I don't know. I know we've bought canned tamales before. He just doesn't remember it. So whatever. But anyway, put those in the toaster oven. I put tinfoil on a little metal cookie sheet and put that in the toaster oven and just warmed them up that way. And put that on a paper plate with some sour cream and some guacamole. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I ate them and they went down. Now, that's not to say that when I try them next time they might not go down, but they went down and it was so yummy. Oh my God, I was about to just bust out crying eating them because it was so good. Oh my God, that was so good. And so I will be getting some more cans of tamale next time I go back to Walmart or do another Walmart pickup. It was 6, I believe, in the can, and I ate 3. And I put 3 in the refrigerator for like tomorrow. I can't eat very much at a time. I can just eat a tiny bit at a time. And so 3 was really pushing it. I'd ate 2 and part of a third one, and I really was really full at that point, but I just made myself eat the rest of that one because it was so good. It tasted so good. Oh, it felt good to eat that. So I will be getting to more tamales. Yeah. And guacamole. I love that market. Is it Marketplace? Guacamole at Walmart back by the deli. It's usually by the deli, or it is at my store. They have the Marketplace guacamole. It's really the only guacamole I like. The other kinds of guacamole just doesn't taste good to me. And this is kind of an expensive guacamole, but when it's about the only thing you can eat, it doesn't matter how much it costs. So anyway, I'm excited about that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I did get some of those baby yogurt dots. And I got the cherry vanilla. They're okay. Phoebe didn't like it. I ate one last night. And Phoebe was like, and so I gave her one. And she's like, so anyway. They're okay. They wasn't just like yummy yummy. I did get a banana one also, so I'll try that one later after I get the vanilla ones down. It may take me a while to eat those. They weren't just the yummiest. But there was something that, you know, it just melted in my mouth. I tell you what would just melt in my mouth, and I would like meringue cookies. But I looked them up on Walmart and on Amazon. Oh my gosh, some things are expensive. It's just egg whites. So yeah, I didn't order any of those because it was like 15 bucks for a little box of those. I don't remember how many was in a box, but the cheapest I saw was about 15 bucks, I believe. So I didn't get any of those. But I am super excited about tamales, adding that. And I don't know why I never thought of that before. I've had this feeding tube like maybe 4 years now. And so I don't know why I've never not thought about tamales. But yeah, I'm so glad I did. Very thankful. So guess what? Guess what? What'd I do with it? I thought I put it right here. I did. I just couldn't see it. I went back there. I stopped by my yarn room and got me a needle. And so I'm going to weave in these ends right here. I just take one and weave it up close to the other one, and then I tie them in about 2 or 3 knots, and I just trim off the edges. And that is the way I like to do my projects. I do know all about the invisible join, but I don't want to do that. I like the knot. I like knowing the knot's there. I like just the security of it. And I don't mind not being there because I'm not trying to make my project look like it was, you know, professionally made on a machine or anything like that. Although I do know you cannot create crochet on a machine, but I like homemade look. I love the homemade look, okay? I'm not a hard person to please. I'm very easy to please. So, I thought I had my little clippy scissors right here by me. Where did they go? I usually keep them on this side because this is the hand I use them with. So I try to keep them convenient right there. But for some reason, I put them over there. So that's what I end up with is this little knot. I knotted it like 2 times. And so I clip this off. And that's what there. And then once it gets mushed in there, you can't even hardly tell it. I can't with my eyes. So it's good enough for me. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do today. I did have big plans of working on my sweater today. But y'all, it's hot. I didn't anticipate that. And even though I have it on my desk and not on my lap, because that would be way too hot. But even on my desk and my arms laying up on it, on all that yarn, it's hot. I tried to crochet on it and I was just laying there sweating. Not laying there. My arms were laying there sweating. And I was just like, ugh, this is miserable. So I stopped crocheting on it. Maybe tonight when it's cooler, I can crochet on that some because it won't be quite so hot. But anyway, guys, I am so excited about the tamales. I wanted to share that with you all. I know some of you have been here with me way before I got my feeding tube, and that was a whole big ordeal. I ended up having about 5 surgeries, and they had to even remove the first feeding tube and put a new one in a different location, and let the other one close up. And so it was a big ordeal, and I even ended up in a nursing home. Yeah, that was just a couple years ago. That was a horrible time. I hated it, okay? Oh, I hated it so bad. And I made up my mind I was leaving, and I did. Did. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm making do. You know, I just make do the best that I can whenever I can. So that's what I have to do. So yeah, I have 4 squares here. 2 the ends are woven in, and 1 the ends are not. Well, 2 of them they're not, but I'm almost done with this one. So I just wanted to sit here and weave in these ends so I can say I have 4 completed. And now that I have a needle in here at my desk, when I make another square, and that's why I hadn't made another one, because I didn't know I have a bunch with ends not woven in. So now that I have a needle here, I can make some more and just fix my needle, we'll fix my ends in when I finish one. So what all you got going on today? I can't remember if I asked that already, but tell me in the comments, how's your day going? I know some of you are having cold weather. If you're, you know, on the other side of the world, you're having cold weather, and I kind of envy you a little bit. Try not to be jealous, but whew, it's hot here. So anyway, I hope if you are in the United States, you are staying cool. Now I'm doing the black, and I cannot see black yarn that well, so I'm having to look up under this light. Now, I think I'm through with, oh, I got one more square, but I'm going to do that after I finish up this video. I just wanted to show you guys that this all finished, and then I have one more to do, but I'll do that one after I say goodbye to you all. But, yeah, we're just staying in. We do still need to go to Target to pick up prescriptions. I have some prescriptions, and Big Daddy has prescriptions, and we were supposed to go yesterday evening to pick those up, but Big Daddy said that he had requested another prescription to be filled, and so we would just wait until that one was done and then go pick them all up. So that's the front side of my granny square, and that is the back side. So I love it. I'm happy with that. And I have one more to do. So if you don't know, I'm making these 4 round granny squares. And then I'm going to put these together to make like a child size granny square sweater or a cardigan or something like that. They will be, they'll become a wearable for child size. So saying that to say we do still need to go to Target to pick up prescription. I tell you what, my lips are so dry. They are super dry. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to do that today. It's just too hot. I'd rather do that first thing and get it over with, but Big Daddy likes to wait around until late afternoon to do things. But anyway, I don't know that I would even go. If he wants to go do that today, I'd probably say, have fun. Have fun, I'm going to take a nap. Because I do need to take a nap. I've been up a while. Alright guys, I'm going to let you get going, and I hope you enjoy your day. Have fun, and I will see you all in the next video. Love you. Bye, friends. Thank you guys for spending your precious time with me. As I always say, I know there's a ton of YouTube videos out there that you could have clicked on. I appreciate you clicking on mine. I'm honored that you chose me to spend some time with. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you later, guys.